Burnus the weedus. Grow the sacred herb.
Secret herb.
Somebody's got to start killing more people in the car insurance industry.
Welcome to Potter Boys Pottercast.
Welcome back, Hufflepuffs. Welcome back, all our Hufflepuffs and Ravenclaws.
What's new in Harry Potter this week?
Lots of stuff is going on in the Potterverse this week.
Snape is black? Yeah, the anti-woke Harry Potter boy cast.
Yeah.
Harry Potter's gone woke.
Yeah, the two pillars of based society, Harry Potter and Disney films, have gone woke.
It's so shocking.
It's so we should pod like
shocking stuff. No, you're good.
Are we good?
You're always off on the corner of the frame there.
I'm all hidden.
Yeah.
You like what you see now, fellas?
Got it. So I was been watching the Harry Potter movies.
Yeah.
And I'm just being like, God, scarves are sick.
Scarves are cool.
I need to get a special. Have you decided what your house is yet?
I think my house is it's custom.
Custom.
I think I have a custom house called Guarlanthimo.
Guarlanthimo.
Yeah. And it's sort of for guys who are like it's sort of like at the Hyperborean house.
Oh, okay.
For guys with A10s.
A10s.
Who are really strong.
Yeah. I mean, I think I would actually have just by coincidence, I guess, have a pretty similar house trajectory to Harry Potter, where like I could be great in Slytherin,
right?
But I would probably choose Gryffindor.
Choose good.
Yeah.
Choose life.
Because you don't
want to. Being evil is actually get bad.
Yeah. Hyperborean.
So I have a custom house. I tried the Pottermore test and it said, we don't know what to do with you. You're too special.
We've never dealt with a wizard of your caliber.
You need your own house called Scarlanthimo or whatever.
Scarlanthimo. God, I see what Johnny Depp was on about.
Mm-hmm. Now imagine like 9 more of these around your neck, a bunch of bracelets,
sashes.
Take a hat, put
2
it like
or 3
this.
hats at various angles.
Hello, hey, welcome.
What's up, baby?
Welcome to the 30 Seconds to Mars podcast.
Hey, fellas.
Welcome to the Jared Leto 30 Seconds to Mars podcast.
Does he have a podcast?
No, he should.
Is he a scarf guy?
I
feel like he's more of like he's wearing like a dress or something.
He'll wear like a dress with like a big hat, and he'll throw a scarf on, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's a scarf guy.
I'm sure he's a dress guy, which means scarves are on the table.
And once the scarves have played out, maybe we can start wearing pearls and blouses like my favorite wrestler, Dave Bautista.
Yeah, we should wear a blouse and pearl. I like that. You know what my favorite part about watching wrestlers age is you get to see this like tough as nails guy turn into like a hardened piece of steel.
Yeah.
Like Dave Bautista.
Where
he's wearing a blouse and a skirt, a mini skirt, and he's dressed like a receptionist from Mad Men.
Yeah.
He looks like a gay Latino with AIDS dressed like a receptionist from Mad Men.
What race is he?
Spanish. Brown.
Indeterminate.
I think vaguely Latino. Okay. Spanish type guy. Bautista.
That's cool. But I mean, either way, Buck status broken.
Yeah, he literally looks like he has AIDS. He looks like RuPaul now.
Yeah.
He literally looks like RuPaul now.
Yeah.
RuPaul with any sort of body hair. That's what Dave Bautista just looks like hairy RuPaul. What Harry Potter house would RuPaul be in?
Gryffindor.
Whatever one lets you in the showers.
Gryffindor for sure.
RuPaul.
No, probably Ravenclaw.
Right.
That's the problem with the movies is you don't actually ever interact with Hufflepuff or Ravenclaw.
Except for Robert Pattinson.
I've only watched the first 2.
Oh, okay.
Isn't Robert Pattinson Gryffindor?
No.
He would have been a good Gryffindor.
It was.
I think in real life, Robert Pattinson would be Gryffindor.
It was trippy to see him in the 4th movie.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, what the hell?
As a youth.
Well, it must have been like not that long before Twilight.
Oh yeah, he was in both.
Yeah.
Wow. You're telling me he's actually been in the 3 best movies of all time?
Harry Potter,
Twilight, Batman.
The 3 things I built my personality around. And the only books or comics I'll ever read.
Or ever need to.
There are probably people on this planet where he's been in a movie adaptation of every book they've ever read.
There's probably a lot of people like that.
A lot of people.
Because I remember, just the Twilight and Harry Potter.
That's probably a significant chunk of the world's population.
That's like 60% of people.
If he's in the Resurrection of the Christ, it'll be probably 95% of people.
95, yeah. Yeah, I've been reading like a madman.
Yeah?
Because I teased it out. But I have my secret cowboy project, codename Project Assless Chaps.
Project Cowboy Butts Drive Me Nuts.
Yeah.
Codename.
But I've been reading a lot for that.
Of cowboy novels?
Yeah.
They're good.
Yeah. I'm just finishing up one of the Klondike Gold Rush.
Woohoo.
Woo.
Have you seen the Charlie Chaplin movie, Gold Rush?
Yeah.
It's not that funny.
It's not really that funny at all.
This might be controversial. Charlie Chaplin movie's not that funny.
No, I definitely, when I was a budding young cinephile, I watched Modern Times. I was like, actually, this is really funny.
Yeah.
I sat there completely stone-faced.
Yeah, and I would tell girls, this is actually really funny.
Actually, this and Buster Keaton are really funny.
They're kind of brilliant.
Man, they just don't make comedies like they used to. Like,
yeah, they don't
Modern Times.
Bowl over a house for a comedy the way they used to.
Yeah,
they don't let guys like endanger their lives anymore.
Oh, when Charlie Chaplin is rollerblading next to the chasm, it's actually hilarious.
They actually used a really complex technique of forced perspective to make it look like that, but he's actually in no danger at all.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know that watching the picture. You would think he was going to die.
Yeah. And yeah, it'll just be him going through the gears and you're sitting there like deadpan, like,
this is hilarious.
This is so funny, actually.
That's actually a funny move, mansplaining to like a girl that characters in an action movie are actually not in danger in real life. So they actually hire a guy who's good at crashing cars for that scene. So Tom Cruise was actually nowhere near the car.
Well, Tom Cruise is sort of the one exception.
I guess that was a bad example to pick.
Yeah.
So
because when you're watching a Tom Cruise movie with a girl, you have to mention
it's actually him in there.
That's actually
he broke his foot doing that. You know that? All for the cause.
I'm so sick of cinephilia.
Yeah, man, it's terrible.
Like movie trivias and shit.
Yeah. Movie motherfuckers are terrible.
Yeah, like I like watching movies, but
I enjoy movies.
Yeah,
movies are cool.
I'm sick of factoids. It's a dream. It all really happened.
I prefer that. This is real. Nosferatu is historical fiction. I mean, historical nonfiction.
Welcome to the Bob Dylan podcast.
Oh yeah, you just saw that one.
I did. Yeah,
The Complete Unknown.
And it was good.
It's good.
I have some, I've been listening to Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
And actually, I need to do one of my, listeners of the show will know that every 9 or 10 episodes, I have to, apologize to you for my poor social skills. Keeps me honest. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure at some point early on in the show, I ragged on you for being a Bob Dylan fan.
Sure.
And I would now like to officially renounce that.
Yeah.
And before our audience and God say that actually Bob Dylan is good.
He's very good.
It's good.
He's probably the best guy at writing songs.
I downloaded his whole discography.
Yeah.
Well, up to 2009.
That's all you need. You need to go past That's actually crazy you went that far.
Yeah, man, as a side note, I might need to does anyone know how to download illegal free music?
I guarantee someone knows.
Please, Counter Signal's our resident hacker.
Right, yeah.
Because our fan base is kind of like gathering a team for a heist.
It's sort of like the group, the hacker group known as 4chan.
Yeah, and I'm, obviously I'm sort of the George Clooney. You're the Brad Pitt.
Right.
Counter Signal's the hacker.
Counter Signal's like the really agile, Latin guy. Who?
Well, he was sending me hacker advice earlier.
Is it Vincent Castle? In one of the Ocean's movies, who has that dance sequence with the lasers? Who is that?
I've only seen the first two.
Oh, who? Someone will know what I'm talking about.
But yeah, we're sort of like a big heist operation. Everybody drop your role as in the heist in the comments.
Yeah.
I'm the guy who goes up and struggles to make eye contact with the middle-aged bank teller.
This is there's something outside you need to see. What? You gotta go outside. There's some outside you really need.
You gotta give me the money. Sorry?
I'll cut your head off. I'll cut your fucking head off in front of your dad.
Do you ever watch Woody Allen movies?
Daily. No, not a ton actually.
He has one of his early movies where he's a bank robber, and it's Woody Allen. So he goes in and hands a note to the person. She's like, "You have a gub."
That's pretty funny.
But yeah, I haven't been able to fucking... SoulSeek isn't working for me anymore.
What is SoulSeek?
It's like an elite hacker program for like hacking music.
Kind of like the Tor browser.
Yeah, it's sort of a dark web hacker thing.
It's like booting into the BIOS of a computer.
Yeah. It's doing like elite hacking.
It's like
yesterday.
hitting F12 on startup.
And like, doing some like hacking, trying to get music to download. Didn't work.
Yeah. You kept saying, I'm almost there.
Yeah.
Oh, they put up a firewall.
Like I was trying to get friend of the show, the Last Knife Fighters music.
Shout out. Go listen to him.
And I was willing to pay for it because, friend of the show. I liked his music.
Yeah.
I actually don't know how
to pay for his music.
Don't know how.
You just have to get a subscription now. I don't know where you can like buy it digitally.
I just want the MP3s.
I don't know where you can do that
and
now.
It doesn't seem like that's an option to just give... I think Apple can, but I'm not in the Apple ecosystem.
I'm going to tell you guys a secret.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is included. I haven't paid for Apple Music in probably 5 years.
Yeah.
I never get billed.
Oh.
I don't think it's on my phone plan.
I see.
I just kind of haven't said anything about it. I don't know who's getting billed.
Yep. Well, not me.
But I have infinite access to Japanese guys on electric guitars at my fingertips.
Okay, because I just want the MP3s of things.
I don't know where you even do that anymore.
Yeah, and SoulSeek isn't working. The old like download blogs don't work anymore.
You probably can't even buy an album on iTunes anymore, eh?
I think you can do that, but I don't have iTunes. So if you guys are elite hackers, please let me know where I can download music.
Yeah.
Bob Dylan's big enough I was able to get a torrent.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bob.
He doesn't need it.
But yeah, I've just been bumping Bob Dylan, and it's really good.
It's really good.
Especially now that I can close my eyes and imagine beautiful 38-year-old twink Timothy Chalamet singing to me.
He did a good job. He did quite a good job.
It's crazy listening to those early albums though, and it's like this dude was 20.
Yeah,
he sounds like he's like 60.
That's the kind of the crazy thing. That's why he's like his music is good, is because it always has this like omnipotent, almost like alien, godly perspective on whatever he's talking about.
Yeah,
or no matter like he made all his like best shit like kind of before he was like 35. All his like really iconic shit.
Because I just I spent a whole night trying to hack SoulSeek.
Yeah. Doing
some high level hacking, but failing.
Yeah.
Failing to do so.
Yeah.
And then I got it. So I've only really listened to like the first 2 albums.
Oh, there's like self-titled.
Not that one.
That one's mostly covers.
I did Freewheelin' and The Times They Are a Change.
Those are great albums.
Those are both good.
Those are incredible albums.
Yeah.
And then his run of like electric stuff, like Bringing It All Back Home and Highway 61 are like crazy good.
Yeah,
crazy.
I'm gonna go through.
They're great. But it's I think he was up to some sort of sorcery when he was.
Baby.
There's lyrics on songs like Gates of Eden or whatever, where it's like, or like It's All Right Ma, I'm Only Bleeding, where it's like, damn, this is like a spell. This is like I don't know how
sort of J-ish magic.
Maybe
more like Bob Leibowitz, am
more
I
like
right?
Robert Zimmerman.
What?
That's
But yeah, that movie though, I liked the movie.
Yeah.
Largely just because like I liked all the music and stuff.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned this before, but every time Edward Norton's Pete Seeger was on, I was really like, God, it's a Copa cop shows up to spray him with a fire hose and set a German Shepherd on this corny communist motherfucker's ass.
Yeah, well, they do a good job of like
doing a Wimboe and shit. Huge room of people. A Wimboe.
It's like they do a great job of like highlighting just how fucking gay these folk guys were. Yeah,
well, that's what's cool about Bob Dylan is it seems like in his mysterious way he kind of hated all those people.
He did. That's why he does that every 4 years. He like chooses a genre, gets really good at it, gets fans who are like into that genre, immediately hates them, and then changes genre to like shed them. Like that, like Joan Baez is kind of an interesting case because she was huge at the time, but she did not make it. Nobody
gives a fuck about Joan Baez at this point?
No, man.
I couldn't, like, I don't know
she
any
fell
of her
off, like,
songs.
early 80s.
Yeah.
Like, she totally felt, like, off the face of the earth early 80s, basically.
But yeah, she is, like, for someone who's as big as she was at that time, has, like, virtually no legacy.
Not really. Beyond whatever she's done with Bob Dylan. Like, all her most iconic things are tied to him in a way, you know what I mean?
But she was huge.
Humongous. Yeah. Same thing with, like, well, not really. Not really. Never mind. But, yeah,
Who were you going to say?
Donovan. But he did his own thing.
Donovan, I could name a couple Donovan songs. Yeah. I couldn't name a Joan Baez song.
No. Yeah.
Like, call me mellow yellow.
Quite rightly.
And you have, like, the intergalactic laxative and stuff like that.
I fucking hate that stuff, man.
Cosmic Wheels.
These, like,
rolling down. I forget the tune of that song.
Hate these, like, alien 60s guy. Whoa. Like, I hate the Beatles. I don't like Donovan. It's not fun. Yeah. I don't like it.
Yeah, well, Bob Dylan's music has aged well.
Really well.
It's not like Donovan is kind of fun in a kind of, like, goofy,
this
like,
is retarded.
Whoa, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what he looks like. I can guess he wears, like, crazy jumpsuits and stuff.
He kind of looks like a less
Austin
Jewish Bob
Powers,
Dylan.
Frills and stuff.
he kind of looks like less Jewish Bob Dylan.
Oh.
Yeah.
That should be the world's greatest artist. There's one thing I could change about Bob Dylan.
It's that Judaism.
That movie, like, I did enjoy it. Yeah. But there's a certain... And this isn't, like, specific to that movie.
Yeah.
I think I've mentioned it before, though, just how, like every, like, prestige director just does these sort of, like, nostalgia trip movies.
Yes. Yeah.
Where it's, like, sitting around and smoking fake cigarettes.
Yeah.
And there's something that I'm starting to find kind of, like, grim about that.
Yeah.
And again, that's not specific to a complete unknown.
Yeah.
But it's more of, like, a general trend of I'm just, like, tired of these, like, flights of fancy.
Yeah.
To, like, this
I think they're like the equivalent for people now of like pulp fantasy novels and shit.
Yeah, it is. It's like fantasy or sci-fi.
Like escapist shit,
like,
where it's like
setting a movie in the 60s is the same as doing, like, a sci-fi movie.
Yeah, because people are just I think they yearn for the look and sound of things, and just they yearn for shit that isn't what they have right now.
Well, because our current reality is
paying your car insurance on your fucking phone.
Nightmarish.
And even getting an email on your fucking phone that doesn't work because you updated the software.
Don't let me forget to give you a thumb drive with Red Rooms on it.
Oh, yeah,
Because Red Rooms is a movie that actually does interact with our nightmarish modern reality.
I kind of don't blame directors for, like, not wanting to, because it's like there's something, like, horribly uncinematic about the times we live in. There's like it's like so... Generally, you know what I mean?
But I feel like there's just something wrong if we, like, can't...
Yeah, there is something wrong.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
There is something...
Maybe it's a chicken and egg type thing.
There is definitely something wrong.
But if we just, like, can't, like, interact with our own reality through, like, art anymore...
I think the art thing is, like, a symptom of...
Because, like, the novel is dead.
Yeah.
I think, like, the cool, like, novel writer kids are all doing, like, auto-fiction...
What is that?
I think it's like diary entries, but you say it's a novel.
Oh, cool.
And like maybe cool. I guess that would, in theory, interact with the modern world, but nobody reads it,
and not in a meaningful way, I would imagine.
Well, I saw something. Apparently, there's some, like, literary journal, and it gets more submissions than it has readers. So
I guess it's kind of. I think a lot
so it's
of
like
things.
It might exist, but it's basically irrelevant.
I think a lot of things boil down to, like, the sex club paradox, which is that the sex club cannot facilitate guys getting laid because it's only guys in there.
Right.
I think a lot of things are like that now. Like the literary world cannot facilitate famous authors because the only people into the literary world are authors.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, like, that's dead.
Yeah.
Music's pretty much dead at this point. People listen to it, but it's not like in the Bob Dylan movie when everyone, like, freaks out because he goes electric.
Yeah.
Nobody is that invested in anything now.
No, not in that way. Like they now they
like
freak out because like Morgan Wallen said the N-word.
Right. I guess that's as close as we can get.
Yeah, but he can put out whatever album he wants and people will still listen to, or not, but they won't. It'll be like, oh,
like if it comes out that Taylor Swift has been gaming.
She's been gay manning.
She's been Neil gay manning, forcibly shoving her thumb up unsuspecting football players' asses,
forcing Jaden Daniels to give her a hand job in a hot tub.
I guess that would be a scandal.
Okay,
probably less so than Bob Dylan using an electric guitar than
she would. I don't think she would have anything thrown at her at a concert.
Yeah, because nobody gives a fuck.
No. I don't think there's anything really. I think we're just sort of past like subversive, big scale subversive art. I think you brought it up a long time ago, but the only thing left to do to really, if you're a big guy, to shake things up is slurs.
Yeah. And now we have Elon Musk.
Yeah, man. I don't want to talk about Elon 3 weeks in a row.
I know.
He's just got to stop. He's got to stop hitting fucking cigarettes.
I watched that, and I'm pretty sure that's just an autistic guy not knowing what to do with his hands.
Well, didn't he say it was like him like opening his heart to the... giving his heart to the...
I don't know, but I feel like I'm overly charitable to the guy.
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident that's an autistic man just trying to do something.
I literally, I saw that on Twitter. I said, I can't try to dissect what this means because then he wins.
Yeah.
If I spend too much time...
He's already won.
It's
too late.
Yeah, I know, but in the like...
weekly Elon updates.
In the like petty like social game, he'll win if I try to figure out what he's doing. Not in like the grand scheme.
I wish he was sick alien. I wish he was, but
that would be funny. That would be crazy.
He starts wearing like Hugo Boss riding pants or whatever.
That is funny on the day you get sworn in to be like, by the way, day one in front of Kamala and Biden being like, let's fucking go.
But
that is funny.
It is true though. It is true what you're saying that all art other than podcasts is dead.
Yeah. Yeah, other than podcasters.
Other than podcasts.
What else is there to be subversive and challenging in?
Yeah.
What like, I don't know. And people, they like misconstrue like complex with challenging. So people will say like bands like, what's that? There's some band that makes like really complicated music. There's a lot of them, but there's one
Yngwie Malmsteen or whatever.
Yeah, and there's one that I get recommended a lot by like.
Is that Mars Volta?
Nah, it's like Polycule.
Polycule?
No, it's
the band.
I don't know. It gets recommended to me a lot, and I listen to it, and it's like, wow, that's pretty complicated. Wow, man, that's kind of hard to get into because there's not really a melody. But it's like I think you're probably right that the only way to actually like do something like to that scale where people are like, hey, fuck you, is like slurs.
I mean, and there's really only a couple left. Because we personally have opened the gates on retard.
And faggot.
And like gay as a pejorative.
I've been saying faggot in my stand-up lately, too.
And nobody cares.
It goes totally fine.
Listen, we've been doing this for long enough. We've already beaten that one.
Yeah.
We're slowly working on the N-word.
Chipping away.
Late in Patreon episodes. Bit by bit.
After hours.
You gotta pay. You have to pay, and you gotta sift.
They're after hours.
You get in the last 10 minutes of a Patreon episode, we've kind of said everything funny that we're gonna say for the week.
We go, all right, fuck it.
This is a free episode, so not for y'all.
Not for you.
By the way, Bugnut.biz merch.
Oh yeah, Bugnut.biz. This hat, that shirt,
the scarf. Harry Potter scarves.
We're selling Hogwarts merch.
Hyperborean hog. It's actually called Hyperborean warts. It's like Harry Potter. But
what about Heil warts?
Heil warts. Yeah, it's basically I've written a fan Harry Potter fiction.
Yeah,
and it's basically exactly the same, but Cho Chang's not there anymore. And I've added a subplot where the wizards have to storm Gringotts.
I've added a subplot where Draco Malfoy talks about how you shouldn't race mix with wizards and not wizards, and Harry goes, true.
Yeah.
Real.
Yeah. Actually, in this one, Draco and Harry are best friends.
Yeah. And they bully Ron for being poor.
Yeah, instead of Harry dating Ching Chong, he dates... No, that can actually stay in Hyperborean.
No, never mind. That's fine.
Actually, we can keep that one. I don't think there's any black wizards so we need to worry about. I think JK took care of that already. Yeah, Ching Chong can stay. I think that's really it.
Yeah.
And yeah, instead of Voldemort, it's the Gringotts. The Gringotts goblins are nuts. Did I talk about that like last week?
Yeah. It is just crazy. It's like, damn, man. Whoa. Damn, and they control all the money.
I wonder what the woke HBO Harry Potter's goblins are going to look like.
Probably good.
That'd be funny if they make them really obviously like Arab.
They all just look like...
They all have turbans with big feathers sticking out. You know, Arab shit.
It would be funny if they all looked like Brett Gelman.
Fat, bald guys.
Yeah, fat. Seth Rogen and Brett Gelman guys. And like Sarah Silverman and shit.
Yeah.
Can you imagine going to Gringotts and it's like Seth Rogen?
Yeah. I can, yeah.
I thought about trying Seth Rogen's voice and then I was like, man, f*** that guy. Never mind.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure by the time this episode's aired, Trump will have taken care of him.
Killed in Guantanamo, probably.
Thankfully, Donald Trump, in his infinite wisdom and mercy, decided not to totally destroy Canada on day one.
Yeah.
So we have like another week or two, probably.
Yeah, things are good. Well, and Chrystia Freeland's running.
I think that based right-wing MILF Danielle Smith maybe took one for the team. If you know what I'm saying.
It's possible. She said, please don't.
Please.
Well, Trump doesn't even like that, I think. Oh, no. Never mind. That's porn I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
That interview. He would probably... Yeah, sure. Sure.
Sure, that sounds all right.
Whatever. Make it quick. In the car. Whatever. Yeah, she's...
You can have a week.
Yeah. It's going to hit us hard.
I thought he might do it today.
Yeah.
But he didn't.
This country's going to get real cool real quick.
Yeah, if we got any American listeners, we definitely need that $5 USD a month.
Bro, it's about to get real cool real quick up here.
Yeah.
It's going to get crazy.
Well, you and I are in a good position because we each clear about $80 American a month.
Yeah, we're looking pretty good.
In a couple months or two, we might be, 1%ers kind of stuff because we have access to USD.
Hack sent me a really crazy TikTok.
Yeah.
The other day of it was a Canadian guy being like, I hope America tries to invade, and then he told this story from some war where the Canadians were fighting Americans, and
War of 1812
must be, yeah, and they took a break for a holiday, probably Christmas.
Okay,
and the Canadians were throwing soup cans over the trenches to the Americans as like a goodwill thing. They were giving them soup cans, and then after the break, they kept throwing soup cans, and then the Canadians were like, "What if we mix some grenades in there?"
Okay.
So they like blew up a bunch of Americans with these. They kind of didn't react for a sec and killed a bunch of them with grenades. This Canadian guy was like, "You really want to tussle with guys that could trick you with soup cans?" I was like, "Brother."
Yeah, I mean, because the last time we fought was 1812.
Yeah.
So that's 200 years ago.
That's also a $2 or $3 trillion military budget ago.
Well, because at that point, both sides would have had... Maybe they'd have, like, muskets?
1812? Yeah, I don't think they'd have, like, revolvers and shit.
No.
I don't think so.
So, that was still at the point where, like, if you were, like, a strong guy...
Yeah.
Who is good with a sword...
You could do pretty good.
You could do some damage.
Yeah. Yeah, like a war could be won by like 5 or 6 really strong guys.
Because if the Americans just like didn't invade, but like sealed the border economically.
Yeah. What now?
That's it.
Country over.
Country over. Well, we're like instantly we're sustenance farmers.
Yeah.
Having to eke out, see how many turnips I can grow in the frozen earth.
Yeah, man.
It's just over.
So I think it was our I'm not going to name drop him just in case, but a mutual friend of ours was telling me about the difference between Russian proverbs and Japanese proverbs.
Okay.
And it has to do with like their agriculture environment.
Oh, okay.
Japanese proverbs, like their main thing is like rice paddy farming. And so that's like a sort of an act where like the more you put into it, the greater your reward is.
Yeah.
So a lot of Japanese proverbs are like, work very hard and you will be rewarded. And the Russian agriculture situation is entirely dependent on how bad winter is.
Right.
Which is why all their proverbs are like, the sun is a bitch who will rape your dog. Like, the cold night ruins all families. It was making me chuckle, but that will become us too.
I think that's why Russians kind of appeal to me. I like their like general sense of doom, fatalism, and pessimism.
That's where we're gonna be. That's best case scenario. We become like a fatalist, like hell doomer country like Russia, where everyone's sort of like spiritually broken, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Everyone is raped.
Well, I mean, Russia's at least somewhat self-sustainable.
Yes. We are not.
We are not at all. Not at all.
Not at all.
So, yeah, we could be totally fucked. And just to be clear, it's largely our own fault.
Yes. We don't...
We didn't, like, have to make ourselves this dependent on America.
No.
No. But we did.
We did. And now I'm going to be farming caterpillars in my sink.
To eat.
I'm going to be farming mealworms in my sink.
Yeah, those cats. Good thing I've been fattening up the cats.
Yeah, I'm going to be eating mealworms in my sink.
Yeah. Well,
better get a leather trench coat and some face paint.
Yeah, time to get a leather trench coat.
Time to start looking like the Crow.
Yeah, doing some like Mad Max shit, but I can't afford gas for my Honda Fit anymore, so I don't know, pushing a cool spiked shopping cart around or something.
I'm just gonna start acting like Crispin Glover to guys.
Yeah.
I rewatched Back to the Future with Brandon the other day.
Okay.
Man, Crispin Glover is wild.
Yeah.
He does stuff in that movie that no human being has ever done before.
He's the dad, right?
Yeah.
Like the teenage dad? What does he do that's so weird?
This is the way he behaves. I've never seen another guy even act kind of like that. Where he's like Michael J. Fox will come up and be like, "Hey, you got to go talk to her, man. That's the girl for you." And he's like, "Yeah, well, I'm just kind of more into my stories right now." What are you doing? And the way he just like moves his body, like he's like posing in weird ways. Like when he goes to interrupt like Biff, like also that movie's insane.
I haven't actually seen it in quite some time.
Rewatching it, I was like, this is fucking insane. Like his parents, his mom falls in love with his dad because his dad prevents his mom from getting raped by Biff in the car.
Oh, right.
I did not like.
That's how that works, right?
Well, sure.
Well, sure.
Well, I don't see why not. Seems logical to me.
I mean, listen, you're gonna have sex one way or another.
And the fact that they let Marty act like he's kind of thinking about fucking his mom the whole movie.
Right.
Like the first time she hits on him, he's like, whoa, whoa. And then like she keeps doing it. And then like there's scenes where he'll like look at Doc and be like, well, Doc's like, she's hot.
She's smoking.
It's such a crazy movie, but I was like blown away at like all the shit Crispin Glover was doing.
Yeah.
It's like total like alien, like the way he like stops Biff where he like opens the door and he's like leaning like this. He's like, "You leave her alone, Biff." It's like, he's one of those guys like Nick Cage where it's just awesome to see like him try to understand a human behavior.
Well, he's the guy now who like tours around with movies he made exclusively with like Down syndrome people, right?
Yeah. He's pretty cool, man.
Swag.
He's a pretty awesome guy.
Is he goth?
Crispin Glover?
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure.
He can be. In my head, sure, Crispin Glover's Gloss.
He did the Willard too, right? The rap movie.
I think so.
Was that him?
I think.
God, what is filmography?
He's cool, man. I would recommend watching like the first Back to the Future just to see like it's like kind of indescribable the way he's acting that whole movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one in ages. I'm more into like Harry Potter.
This has become the most soy movie podcast. Harry Potter and Batman and Back to the Future.
Yeah.
I mean, Back to the Future was good. It's a great movie.
I've just been too engrossed in my cowboy books.
That's fair.
It's literally, I might have to start smoking weed again.
No, never do that.
Because when I smoke weed, I would just spend all day on the internet and subconsciously gather funny things to talk about on the pod.
Right.
But when I'm just in my cowboy books,
never return to weed.
Yeah, I guess instead of doing that, I'll just return. Well, it'll probably I'll just have to tell cowboy stories.
Yeah. Well, you should get into like cowboy movies too, like The Wild Bunch. You ever see that?
No. No, I don't think I'd be interested in something like
questions
that.
like Crispin Glover. No, I'd never check.
No, I prefer reading cowboy books and watching Harry Potter movies.
I like
actually.
Harry Potter and cowboy stories.
What if Harry Potter was a cowboy?
Oh, this is what this is when I was like, this is amazing. When Biff is bullying him.
Yeah.
Okay, bully me right now, and I'll do what he does. So, like, insult me.
Stop being gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, you're a big fucking loser, McFly. Hello. And he's like, yeah, I know. Yeah.
Biff was so cool.
Biff was cool.
The secret lore is Biff's actually the good guy.
Yeah, I don't really, like... What's so wrong about, betting on some sports games? Like, Doc acts like that's, like, the greatest sin of all time.
Is that in the first one?
That's the second one.
Right.
But, like, we watched both back-to-back, and it's
okay.
like... I was like...
Actually, the third one's kind of cowboy themed.
The third one is cowboy themed.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. The third one's good.
They should make one where he goes back in time to Hogwarts.
That would be so epic.
Could you imagine?
I would love to see Crispin Glover as Dumbledore.
Modern shaky, shaky ass Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, kind of unaged Christopher Lloyd.
Well, a lot of people in the Potterverse, the Potter fan community.
Yeah,
I mean, speculation is pretty running wild right now with fan casting
for the HBO show.
Yeah,
what are they hoping?
Well, so far Snape is black.
Good.
Snape
should be a girl.
They should actually all be girls.
They should all be girls. They should all be Chinese girls.
They should actually all be beautiful Chinese girls. In my Harry Potter universe, every wizard is actually a sort of demure, shy, kind of giggly geisha girl. Yeah, that's my custom house.
Geisha
is Shang Qing Shang.
It translates to red note.
Yeah, I saw people were logging on to that.
Yeah,
and I would never log on to a website whose name like isn't based around the phonetic alphabet.
No. Yeah.
That's rule one of computer.
Yeah, man.
If you see a different alphabet, get out.
Don't log on to that.
I mean, sometimes if you're pirating, you'll see Cyrillic.
Sure.
And you kind of have to roll the dice. Yeah. But if you see a Chinese hieroglyph, Control Alt Delete
Alt F4
and task Alt F4.
It's don't
power out of the wall.
Yeah. It's the same thing as if India had their own TikTok.
You do not log on to that.
You don't download that.
Yeah, if you see weird squiggles and lines, a website called Xiaohongdu. Hey, get out of there.
Hey, bro, I just sent you a really funny video on Xiaohuang.
But yeah, that would be my custom Harry Potter house.
This actually is...
It would just be me and a bunch of like giggling Asian women. One fat gamer guy.
Actually, this episode is tough for us because we're TikTok refugees.
Yeah.
And it's been tough. It's been a tough 17 hours.
Is TikTok back?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I saw it went down, and I was like, ooh, boy, that's a big containment field just breaking.
It's a really big containment zone for guys who think they know a lot.
Yeah.
One of my least favorite types of TikToks is people filming themselves in the mirror telling you shit that is completely functionless information as if it's like hidden lore.
I'll be honest, the only time I've ever logged on to TikTok was when I was briefly trying to put our clips on there.
Yeah.
And they would all get like banned
for
instantly
smoking.
for smoking and shit like that. Yeah. And I was like, I thought this was Chinese.
Come on.
I thought this was Chinese, guys.
We're smoking double happiness here. What the fuck?
Yeah.
No, but like I see them like on Twitter and
I've seen
Instagram
them. I see
all the
them
time.
around. Yeah.
They're like TikToks are generally terrible content.
Like I don't think I've ever like seen a good one. Like I guess the Rizzler is a TikTok guy.
Yeah.
And obviously he's great.
The people who seek out to I should rephrase this. Guys who like if you're making a TikTok, it's probably not good. If a TikTok is just like a video of some like retarded feral guy in his room being like, here's how I do a John Cena F5, that's good.
Well, what type of adult man is on TikTok?
Tons, man.
Yeah, like I would kind of prefer those people stay in the Chinese playpen.
Xiao Shou Feng.
Xiao Shou Feng.
Well, I think there's a heavy crossover with like Reddit and TikTok. I think that's my theory.
Could be.
If you were to look at a Venn diagram.
So you're saying that TikTok's mostly like the world's smartest people?
A lot of big thinkers, big brains, groundbreaking ideas. They're open to new ideas. It's a good place.
I thought it was more for like teenage girls.
Yeah. Smartest people of all time.
But yeah, I saw everyone was going on Xiao Xing and like being like, whoa, I'm learning on Xiao Xing that actually communism is crazy. And it's like, you already thought that.
You already thought that. And also, I'm learning from the people that China allowed to download this app. That actually China rule, like, not, it's like, people are assuming that like everyone in China is like free to do whatever they want and like download any app.
Yeah, it's weird how there's just this one app
that like only where it's like there's kind of no discourse about,
because everywhere else on the internet, the only Chinese guy is James K.H. White.
Literally, yes.
That's their most charming and charismatic guy.
Unironically, yeah.
They let him. I don't know how that works exactly, but he does seem to be the only Chinese guy who's like allowed on Twitter.
The only Chinese citizen who has Twitter. Yeah.
And they were just like, well, he's our like kind of swaggest guy.
He's like our Rizzler, so you guys you'll like
Chinese Rizzler. Yeah. So he's just such a cool swag guy that they let him on.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's like, okay, so this is the one place where you're able to talk to Chinese people. And whoa, guess what? It's great there.
Wow.
Did you know there's no homeless people in China?
It's almost worse.
Because I had a buddy who did a thing with a bunch of Chinese kids.
Was that buddy Tim Walz?
we won't go into it. No need to go into it. But he apparently, when they were like traveling around town, they saw like a bunch of like homeless people.
Yeah. And
one of the Chinese kids was like, "Oh, why do you let them in the city?"
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. It's like, I couldn't believe like seeing these takes where it's like, I just got to connect with this Chinese citizen and I think we're doing a lot of stuff wrong in America. And it's like, nah, man. Nah, dude. That you're talking to one of the people who like the same class of citizen that like when someone when their like entire family dies in like an exploding electric car in China, you're talking to the kind of citizen who's in the comments being like, that's your fault.
That's your fault.
Shut up.
It didn't happen, actually.
Huawei's actually good. Shut up.
Yeah. Did you know that actually nothing happened at Tiananmen Square?
That's kind of where they're going. It's like, it was kind of just blown out of proportion.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, you got to understand where your info's coming from, big dog.
Yeah.
This is the kind of country where, like, if you have an electric vehicle and a low social credit score, you can't start your car.
Though it is one of those things where there's part of me that almost wants more people to have that attitude about like our culture.
Yes.
And like for all, because like it's so tiresome. It's over now. Trump won. But
yeah, it is.
The whole, like, our whole history has been bad, and, like, actually America is, and everywhere on Earth, it's actually been bad the whole time. And it's like, I would almost rather, like, the attitude of, like, nope, didn't happen.
What are you talking about?
That's fine, actually.
I'm sorry, I'm not even sure what you're referencing.
Kent State, the House Un-American Activities Committee actually didn't go far enough.
I don't.
That scene in Pete Seeger in the first scene, that should have been him getting imprisoned for life,
getting shot
for being a corny ass motherfucker.
Yeah, he did a good, like,
sir, give your banjo to your wife.
Put the banjo down, Pete. It's over. You're done. We're not doing this anymore. Well, well, they didn't want to hear my song in the courtroom, so I thought I'd play it for you now. It's a real unifying song.
Fire hose.
80s machine gun. Tanks, right? A tank barrel 1 inch from Pete Seeger's head.
Yeah.
No.
That's enough, Pete. You've had your fun.
No more. That's actually a really funny visual. Him outside the courthouse, like, and I figured maybe I'll play you the song. And then a tank barrel, like, swings into frame 1 inch from his head. And then from, like, a megaphone.
The banjo, sir.
Put the banjo down. That's enough.
That's enough out of you.
Having a tank barrel 1 inch from your head is really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I mean, I don't know. It's good for people. Don't like to hear these words, but social cohesion and unity when you are, like, proud of the country you live in instead of, like, just full of hatred for it.
Especially just reading all this cowboy shit. It's like, it's kind of impressive.
Yeah, yeah.
It
is like, impressive.
It's all relatively recent.
Yeah,
and, like, as much as I rag on our current nightmarish existence, and there's a lot to rag on.
Yeah,
but there is the flip side of that, where, like, me, like, I don't make a ton of money.
No,
but I can, like, with less than an hour's wage, every night make myself 2 giant, delicious burgers.
Yeah, yeah,
with a nice side salad with pickles in it.
Yeah,
and, like, make a meal for less than an hour's work.
Yeah,
that has more extreme flavor than a medieval king would get to enjoy.
Yeah, for sure.
You
don't have to. Yeah.
Even with my modest wage, I can afford fancy French Dijon mustard.
Yeah, you don't have to like crack open, like, old car batteries in a shed and pour the acid out on the floor and then go buy, like, a wet mouse at a street market.
Yeah,
and, like, cut the fur. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I was actually joking about eating the cat. It's extremely unlikely I'll ever have to do that.
Yeah,
I would say it's less than a 20% chance that ever happens.
Yeah, and, like, the biggest, like, things are pretty good.
Yeah, and that's like, I think that's, like, the great divide of modern life is, like, we've sort of, like, our problem is we have too much luxury.
Well, and we're, like, under psychic assault from an ancient cabal trying to sap your energy and ruin your life.
Yeah, sort of 50-50.
Turn you into, like, a spiritual battery type thing. But that's a bigger fish.
Yeah.
Them's bigger fish.
And, like, all these guys, like, in the, like, Civil War and stuff, like, they had a big line of guys to get their, like, legs sawed off.
Yeah.
Because you get, like, a wound and you're going to die unless they saw your leg off.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just like, do we take psychic damage constantly that turns us into hollow husks of human beings?
Yeah.
Obviously.
Of course.
But I can make big, delicious burger every night.
And you have everyone has, like, within them the capacity to, like, steal their psychic resolve, if you will.
Yeah.
And, like, kind of move on a spiritual upward trajectory, if you will. Kind of move from the shoulder chakra.
Everyone has the option of listening to Chrome Boys podcast.
And that's just us sending our hearts out.
Hearts out to you guys.
Hearts to you guys. But, like, you like, it's not an unwinnable war. There are things you can do to, like, steel your resolve against all the psychic warfare. And it's not hopeless. Never black pill. Never kill yourself.
Never seethe.
Never kill yourself unless
pill.
you own a car insurance company in Canada. Then kill yourself as soon as you can. Kill yourself as soon as possible. As soon as
the thing with those, like, who even owns them?
I don't care. I want them dead. I'll Google it between episodes and I'll try to find their address and post it online.
Like, is it even a guy or is it just a computer algorithm?
It's so upsetting. I don't care. Its existence is so evil and demonic that we gotta kill. Whoops. We should hug and kiss these people.
Yeah, I'll believe it.
Yeah, right. Kill them. Kill them with a gun. Shoot them.
Yeah. Maybe that faggot Luigi was onto something.
He was in that instant. It's upsetting to see who was cheering for him, but he was onto something. That is the correct path. I wish more people would shoot.
He should have done a car insurance guy instead of a health insurance guy.
I would have offered him. I would have gone for a conjugal visit in fucking Rikers Island or whatever. I would have gone and sucked his dick if he shot a car insurance
Go to the
CEO.
official Rikers Island inmate glory hole.
Yeah.
Is Luigi there?
I'd put in one of those like dental things that opens your mouth.
Yeah.
That like makes your teeth open. I'd put it in before I even get to Rikers Island and I'd walk in just like, where's Luigi?
Where's Luigi?
Where's Luigi? I'm offering my mouth.
Yeah.
And I'd give him gross Zin head.
But yeah, it's a mixed bag though, life.
Yeah.
Life.
Sort of like a box of chocolates.
Sort of like a box of chocolates. Well, that's actually kind of a deep metaphor.
It's kind of snappy.
Kind of snappy, some cool beatnik shit.
It's kind of like a Tom Waits thing.
Life is like a box of chocolate. Wow. Because when you think about it, it kind of is.
Because you kind of never know what you're going to get next.
Life is kind of like a box of Bertie Bott's every flavored beans.
Mostly shit with some sweet shit inside.
But occasionally you get cherry.
It's mostly earwax.
Yeah. Sometimes there's like blueberry.
And that blueberry's so damn good.
Yeah. Or sometimes I cook myself. I've been eating burgers every day.
Hell yeah. Burger mode.
I'm full burger mode. Burger max. Yeah.
Burgers are tasty.
I make a good burger.
Yeah.
I discovered I started doing like the Hype Beast smash burger thing.
Oh yeah.
Which actually does work really
good. Yeah.
I don't squish them to like paper thin or anything.
Yeah.
But just start with the ball and you smush it down.
It is tasty.
My fancy French mustard.
Hell yeah.
Mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Onions, tomatoes, pickles.
Ooh. Ooh. Pretzel bun. If you're getting crazy.
I could. Whoa.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Gang.
Yep.
Gang.
Well,
it's been fun.
Yeah.
Comment your Hogwarts house.
Your Hogwarts house and also your heist.
Your heist roll. And cock length.
And dick pics.
If you're a girl, lie. Make up a cock length.
Yeah.
Lie about it. I don't care.
Yeah. Well, there's no girls allowed in a heist.
Right.
It's like kind of heist 101.
Well, what if you need someone to like seduce a guard?
Put like a guy in a wig.
What's hotter than a guy dressed like a girl? The only thing hotter than a girl is a guy dressed like one. The only thing I can think of that's hotter than a girl is like a guy pretending to be a girl. I would love to. I mean, I can't. Girls are like, they're all right.
Yeah. But have you seen guys?
But have you ever seen a guy dressed like a girl?
Show up a picture of some Buffalo Bill ass.
Like, that's hot.
See?
Like, that's real sensuality and sex appeal.
It's like that fucking Canadian Army guy who killed some people and had all those pictures of himself with like the totally square head, 5 stubble in a wig. Like, yeah, well,
that's way hotter than a girl. I just if we're like at the pub talking with your buddies, the opening scene of Reservoir Dogs. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, the only thing that could be hotter than like a sexy girl is like a guy dressed like a girl,
right?
Yeah. fellas. Am I right, guys?
Guys, right?
You're with me. Like guys are better at girls at being girls.
This is total silence. It's like, ha ha, just kidding, guy.
I mean, anyway. Boy, you want to clear up this check and skedaddle?
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right.
Okay, later, fellas. Have a good day.